Well, Ann Coulter is the best-selling author. You know, her latest book, In Trump We Trust, excellent book. She's got a blockbuster column that came out yesterday. You should read it. You can see it at AnnCoulter.com, AnnCoulter.com, or follow her on Twitter or Facebook. Ann Coulter, how you doing? Oh, let's see if we can bring up Ann Coulter. Are you there? You want me to try it in here? Ann Coulter? Oh, there you are. We got you.
Well, what is going on over there? I'm the one who doesn't like mornings.
Oh, well, we just had one little button in the wrong place. It happens. Hey, this poor Gold Star mother, does she know the history of what happens when the Democrats find out they can't use you as a weapon anymore? They just toss you in a ditch after that.
Oh, yes. There's a very large graveyard of ordinary people who have suddenly become stars in the media. Remember, they got Newt Gingrich's I believe she was a lesbian. She was always referred to as the lesbian sister, to attack Newt Gingrich when he was first, partially responsible for the first-time Republicans taking Congress in 40 years. Of course, Valerie Plame and Joe Wilson, covers of Vanity Fair. This is an old trick, but I think people ought to start looking and see. Well, by the way, whatever did happen to Alicia Machado? Remember her, the woman who drove the getaway car back in, I think it was Venezuela, and she was Miss Universe, and suddenly it was fat shaming. Trump had fat shamed her. Then the videos came out. No, Trump was defending her against the media. But who cares about the point of it? Or the truth of it at this point. Of course, the media was lying. It's the media. They're bashing Trump. But where has she gone? She too was leading all the newscasts. Oh, this lovely, poor, put-upon Hispanic woman who therefore perfectly fits every demographic we want to hit. Can't be a black woman, can't be a white woman. We need to say that Trump was mean to an Hispanic woman. Well, where are they all now? They're just chewed up and spit out.
Yeah, and hey, Megyn Kelly you could put in this category, too. She was very useful to them the night she took that kill shot right at Trump's head at the opening of the debate.
Well, she certainly got a lot of magazine covers out of it, and they certainly don't like her now.
Yeah, they propelled her to a huge NBC contract, and now not only no ratings, but several reporters saying they can't even get a studio audience, and they're making crew members sit in the seats.
I did not know that, but I have pointed out to people, luckily for me, I'm never invited to a woman's summit or put on the cover of Vanity Fair or feted every place I go, or I would end up like, what's her name, Elizabeth Holmes at Theranos, and Megyn Kelly. No, you never want to be the it girl.
So whenever they...
a lot of free time this way.
Yeah, but whenever they exploit these Gold Star families... What are they thinking? Are we supposed to believe that somebody like Bush or Trump or Reagan, they don't like the military, but Rachel Maddow, she's the champion of the military? Are we supposed to believe this?
You're absolutely right about that. The same way I wish Republican men running for office would just don't talk about abortion. I'm pro-life, but we don't want any more of, sentences with the word legitimate within 6 miles of rape. So Republican men have got to agree we're not going to talk about abortion, and I want Democrats across the board to agree never talk about the military.
Yeah. But it's like if you told me Rachel Maddow and Mika Brzezinski, they dissed a climate change scientist, I'm not going to believe you. I just don't believe it.
Yeah. No, and it's worth mentioning, you may have played some of it, but General Kelly's remarks yesterday were really fantastic. And he explained it exactly the way, I mean, we've all become Kremlinologists now with the media twisting everything Trump says. It's something I've been through for most of my career as well. And it's always hard to figure out what the original statement was, what the original joke was, once the left moves in and superimposes their version on it. This has happened to me a million times, but I'm a very good Kremlinologist for that reason. And I suspected the fragment of the quote Representative Wilson sent out, I got what he was probably meaning, and that was to praise the woman's son for being a brave hero, being surrounded by his friends, doing what he wanted to do. He did a risky thing, and he knew that this is what he was signing up for, and that was exactly what General Kelly said.
Yeah. What do they do now? I guess it's like with Cindy Sheehan. Once it bombs, they dump the woman.
Another it girl.
And then they move on.
I should do a book just on the it girls.
Yeah. Well, you did a great column on it. If you missed it, go to AnnCoulter.com and get her column. It's really good. What did you call it? The revenge of...
ugly girls taking their revenge on the pretty girls. That's about the gossip columns, which everyone hates. I knew they were written by PR agents. It's always very suspicious when you keep seeing the same, not particularly huge celebrity constantly being written up in these gossip pages. It's just, okay, the agents are sending these in. But now with the Weinstein scandal, that magnificent Ronan Farrow article in the New Yorker said that multiple sources of his didn't want to talk because Harvey Weinstein controls the media, controls the gossip pages, and he would destroy them the same way he destroyed that Italian model. So I started wondering, can I get some names here? But luckily I have a Nexus account, and I looked it up, and wow, the New York Post was the worst offender. According to Tina Brown, the way Harvey Weinstein would do this, she was, of course, one of his gal Fridays, and works for him. And she said, he'd buy off journalists by offering, most writers don't make much money, he'd offer them lucrative book contracts, movie options, consultancy fees. But I also happen to notice that the authors of all of these really snarky, nasty pieces about the model, and everybody's heard her tape-recorded conversation with Harvey Weinstein now, in which he admits to it on tape. But if you had been reading the New York Post back then, you would have just thought she was a fantasist gold digger. New York Post didn't even report on one of the police stings where they got Harvey Weinstein on tape admitting to having assaulted, grabbed this woman's breast and tried to stick his hand up her dress. You wouldn't have known that it even happened. I noticed that the authors of all these pieces were, in fact, woman writers. So it led me to think that if it wasn't a hush money book contract, it could also just be the eternal emotion of hatred that ugly girls have toward pretty girls.
Yeah. Now, how did NBC News kill the piece? They had it. Ronan Farrow came in with police reports, witness. They killed the piece because three things. Harvey Weinstein partners with NBC for years. Universal NBC distributed his movies. He provides TV shows like Project Runway. And it turns out the NBC News head there, what's his name, Oppenheimer, is a screenwriter looking for a deal.
Yep. Oh, no, it is the entire liberal apparatus surrounded and protected Harvey Weinstein so we could keep assaulting women and allegedly raping women. They all knew, and the lengths they went to, not only throughout the media, including NBC News, but how about the Manhattan DA, Cyrus Vance? He's collected hundreds of thousands of dollars in campaign donations from Harvey Weinstein's lawyers, and so he refuses to prosecute. Also in that New Yorker article by Ronan Farrow, which is the one you should read because it has all the details. It's been fact-checked a million times. The lawyers have been all over it. According to his article, all these cops who were actually in on the operation were saying, I can't believe we're not prosecuting this case. We've prosecuted cases and won them on far less evidence. One said it was the most disgusting thing he had ever seen in all of his years on the New York City police force. So there's your Democrat DA of Manhattan.
Well, he's a good guy, Cy Vance, and those donations from those criminal lawyers, they're coming anyway.
Well, there was 10,000 that came soon after he decided not to prosecute.
Yeah, but
Weinstein Oh, yeah, I'm sure this is what they'd be saying if it were
I'm just saying.
southern town refusing to prosecute somebody who burned a cross or something.
Well, first of all, if you want a case...
Oh, there are donations that come in all the time.
No, but if you want a case drop, that's not $10,000. That's $500,000. That's $1 million in a donation. But one of the things that they said within the DA's
Maybe
office...
he's easily bought. DAs don't get paid that well either. But this never could have happened. I mean, this is further proof that the only purpose of these allegedly sacrosanct laws on sexual harassment and rape, the worst crime in the world, and sexual assault, only if the accused is a conservative. This is the fire axe with a glass in front of it. Break in case of conservative. It will not be. It's as if we had pollution laws, but if the CEO of the company is a liberal, don't worry, keep dumping your chemicals in that river. Yeah. We only enforce this law against Republicans.
Well, you want to read a great column, go get Ann Coulter's column. It came out yesterday, but go to AnnCoulter.com. You can get it there, or you have it up on Twitter and Facebook. And follow Ann Coulter on Twitter, or just go to AnnCoulter.com. And Ann Coulter, thanks for being with us.
Good to talk to you, Mark Simone. Bye-bye.
Take care.